What was this comment about cat?
Oh yeah. How about that?
Hmm.
Hmm. Um, Something about being a lower life form, somewhere lower on the food chain. Well, they are.
The key to success is being at the top of your food chain.
Right. That's us.
And what about cats? Do you eat cats?
No.
Well, they're on a different food chain, aren't they? Do you eat
No.
mice?
We eat birds. Cats eat birds.
Do you eat mice?
No. Cats will eat a hot dog. They'll eat cheese. Same as us. We're higher on the food chain. People eat cats. Cats don't eat people. That's higher on the food chain.
What about tigers? Hmm.
Yes, but survival of the fittest. Who's getting more extinct, us or tigers?
If you went one-on-one on a tiger,
Yeah, the odds of that slim too. I have to admit, though, cats do have more psychic gifts than most humans have met.
hmm and who has difficulty farsight? But yeah, his cat, that one there.
It's really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, well, well. Besides, just making a demonstration. It wasn't for actual purposes.
You have to be careful.
Why?
Because you have no suspicion. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the point of the matter is, to make a demonstration, sometimes one has to exaggerate a little bit to make the point clear.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie does not have a dog. She has a cat.
Yeah, come on, questions.
So how come cats aren't rulers of the world?
Well, if you slept for 20 hours a day, could you rule the world? So, what do you think? What's the questions?
Would you please, if you could,
Yet.
to define unlimited reality?
Unlimited reality? This is when you understand and believe in everything. It's a good and a bad thing. Well, that's my definition anyway.
A good and a bad.
Well, if I told you I had a tail and pointed ears that were up here instead of down here,
Right.
and you believed me, but that's not true. I don't have a tail.
Ah, but you could have a tail and pointed ears in another dimension or a parallel universe.
But that wouldn't be me.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing about limited,
What if in a
unlimited reality.
parallel third dimensional world of birds you got a tail and two ears on top?
I don't because I'm here.
Right, we're talking about belief.
That's why it is good and a bad thing.
See,
Point made?
so I can't see the bad part to it.
Well, the bad part is that with an unlimited reality, you have to believe everything.
Well, isn't that mostly the goal of most people?
Uh,
I
no.
mean, you're always open to suggestions.
Yes.
You're always open to different ideas. I mean,
But if I
there.
told you that the laws of gravity could go and take a fine, you know,
Well, they can't with you.
yeah. But
Well, I
can
believe
you?
that.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I can't really means I'm not that evolved yet.
Okay, now if I was to say, okay, I'm going to change the laws of gravity so that you can jump very, very high and levitate and fly.
Right. So I believe it.
But it's not so.
Yes, it is so.
I can't change it.
Yes, you can.
No, I mean, I
You
can't
can
change
make
it for
me
you.
believe that I was able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Okay.
though it'd be you doing it,
Okay.
I would still believe that it was me doing it. Therefore, I
Okay.
don't see the bad part there.
Okay, here we go. I'm changing the laws of gravity.
Okay.
Now stand up and fly away.
Well, I can't do a third dimension.
Exactly. That's the point. I can say it,
Why?
but it's not so. We know that reality is. And unlimited reality says what might be, what isn't, and what is.
Okay, but let's do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you worded it differently. Let's say that it is possible for me to change the laws of gravity and get up and fly away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, I say, I'm glad it's possible when you work on it.
Yeah, but the thing is with unlimited reality that it's now. You can do it now, this second.
Do it or you can believe it.
Well,
I believe that I can change the laws of gravity here and now
mm-hmm.
if I practice enough at it.
You don't.
But I don't practice.
No, you don't believe it.
No, I don't believe it.
Exactly,
But
that's
I
the
could
point.
believe it.
But that's the thing about unlimited reality.
Well, so in other words, even there is no such thing as perfect truth. Like there is a single truth to everything. Like
No, there's points of view.
I mean, for me to say that there's a fifth dimension is truth.
Correct.
For me to say that the laws of gravity can be thrown away on the fifth dimension is true.
For example, use a definition of truth. Describe to me what I'm wearing. You did fall for it, did you?
Not a bit.
No. I was hoping you would say blue trousers, white shirt, writing on one arm, and black socks. No, white socks.
Right.
And I would have said, no, I'm not. I'm wearing a toga. No. Or the bikini box one thing you said you work on.
Now, the fact is, okay, so you say that, and I say that, and that's truth.
Yeah.
Okay. But at the same time, I'm partially right. Therefore, there are partial truths.
Correct. What I'm saying is that everything is a point of view.
So, in other words, we cannot ever know the truth due to the fact that we don't have anything to base it on.
Correct. It's what you perceive. It is all perception.
Right. I mean, I can say this is the truth. And I might be right. But unless somebody's sitting there to tell me I'm right, all I'm doing is just guessing.
Correct.
So therefore, unlimited reality is the ability to see everything as possible truths. That sounds right.
No. As possibilities.
Okay, possibilities. But if it's possible, then it's a truth.
No.
Why? Because it's working.
It doesn't become true until it happens.
Okay, so unlimited reality is the belief that all things are possible.
Yeah.
Is that right?
All things are possible for you. It's a matter of possibilities and perception.
So believing that all things are not possible for you is not unreal. I see what you mean. So even though they're not possible to you, due to the fact that I lack either the psychic gifts or the
possibilities.
ability to do so,
Uh-huh.
it's still a reality. Okay, next question.
Mm-hmm.
How does Minerva do?
Do what?
I'm
I know, just teasing. She spins the illusion that she's a cat. She manipulates molecules around her to pad in the areas.
How does she make herself into cats?
By the same process. By collecting and moving molecules together. Atoms and bits of debris and dirt, dust and fluff and so on. She manipulates it to form a fairy area around her. There's plenty of cats around for her to look at and figure out how it works. What they should feel like.
So she's an animalist.
No, I would say she's quite great. I want to do a lot better.
At Amal's age, he's a great manifester.
He's a fantastic manifester.
Right. But at Minerva's age, she's a great manifester.
For her age, yes. Not as good as Alex. Because Alex does more than one thing.
He's older too.
You could say that Minerva's more of a shapeshifter.
No.
Well, she's only shapeshifted into one animal.
That's true. Let's see. Now, do we know why she doesn't?
She likes cats. The fact that she is, or descended from felines, she has a great affinity. She has great affinity with cats.
Next question. Farsighted.
Now, the idea is to get the right part of the opening relaxed and muscle. Do you want to answer that, or are we going to leave it?
Anyway, Farsighted.
Mm-hmm.
Finding out that reading is easy. For some reason, maybe not myself.
The hardest things are easy, and the easiest things are hard.
Right. Now, silly me, thanks to Carrie, gave me the idea for how to make it a bit easier. That was just leave. Don't worry about the preliminaries,
Mm-hmm.
all this fun stuff. Just get up and go. Preliminaries put me into a deeper state,
Mm-hmm.
but that usually means sleep in my current schedule.
Yeah, carry on. I'm listening.
So, now the trick is, if getting there is so easy,
Mm-hmm.
is there a way to pull the rest of me through once I get there?
Should be.
Okay. Could we discuss this soon?
I don't really know the theory behind it because I can't do it. Besides, I don't need to.
Flashy girl.
No, I'm just know what I'm doing.
What would be the way to find out how to get myself pulled through there? Since it has been done, is there a theory behind this work?
I can sit down and try to figure it out. Get my arc and Southwest all sit down together and work it out.
For example, if I was able to get up there to get Kara and Alana pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
after I was there, I put myself through farther to a point to where I got myself fairly solid enough to conceive.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I did, except for the fact that I was totally involved in the situation at hand.
Concentration might be the thing.
Right. Concentration on what
Well, what were you doing at the time that made you solid?
sex.
Let's see if you can do it a third time.
Okay.
Okay, when are you going to come up for dinner?
Dinner, that was your invitation, so I'm leaving the date up to you.
Okay.
Preferably Tuesday night afternoon.
Okay.
Alright, now, just to get this straight, getting to your room, I have to go down the hall, around the pool, past the elevator to the dolphin
Dolphin pandas. Dolphin habitat.
habitat. That sounds like a hamster cage.
Does, doesn't it? Yeah, we have to think of some better names. Dolphin pool sounds man-made.
That's belonging.
Okay.
Space, dolphin space.
So come down past
Down that hallway from there,
Mm-hmm.
right? About 100 yards.
Yeah, a little bit more. But don't forget, door has been painted in this here. Only green door in that whole entire corridor.
It's on the left, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's been freshly painted and it's green.
Okay, darling. Thank you for the fun and entertainment, the acrobatics, and the information.
Fun and games isn't over yet. The fat lady hasn't sung. And she's getting fatter. Greetings and felicitations, Russell.
Greetings. Excuse my lax attitude there. I was expecting somebody else.
And who were you expecting?
Connor.
Okay, let us proceed with your questions and answers, Russ.
Okay. Fourth time, right?
Correct.
Just double checking, man. Been a long time, and I'm glad to hear from you.
Thank you. I've been kept extremely busy with various duties.
Wow. I'm sure they were fairly important for you to be kept busy by.
Just a matter of catching up on necessary communiques.
Okay, good. Speaking of communication, communication throughout Ashtar Command is handled by you.
Mm-hmm.
But what exactly does that entail? Is that like a network, kind of like what we have down here, where we have, computers linked up and everything?
Yes, but it is more people linked up with computers that interact with each other, and it's my job to make sure that they function correctly, they operate within the specified duties that they're given, censoring when necessary, communicating reports, communicating details and information on ship's manifest, and so on.
But how does all the information come to you? I mean,
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Okay, so you're not aware of all communications throughout that. I was going to say that must be a huge task. Okay. Now, when you say people hooked up to computers, what exactly are you talking about?
We're not talking about cybernetics. We're talking about interacting and linked into the computers.
In other words, they have access to the computer.
Yes, some have neural scanners to help them process the information. Oh. And some just do it visually, some do it just audibly.
So a neural scanner would handle information coming through in such quantities that it just flash across the screen.
Yes, but it can be handled by the mind very easily. These people tend to be higher up in the organization.
Right. Now that would mean they're using faster amounts of their brain than someone like myself.
Correct. Tia used to help in this department.
Well,
since she is being reassigned to other duties.
Well, that's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Now, wanted to find out real quick is I'm working right now on this evening concerning orbs.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought maybe you might be able to help me with that. as far as,
You were actually hoping that it would be a mole.
well, at this point, you and Omal work so closely together, it doesn't matter who comes through. I get the information answered in
Well, that
excellent.
is one of the duties of the communicator, is to work closely with people.
Is Omal coming through?
Yes, he is present.
Okay, great. So I'll say some good stuff. I'm also. Okay. Um, Now a lot of what I'm working here is on brightness of auras and the colors combined with them. And the question is are emotions what determine the brightness of auras and the colors of such?
Colors, yes. Brightness is the amount of energy flowing within and without the individual.
Okay, I see. So in other words, someone in peak of health will have a brighter aura than someone on their deathbed.
Correct.
But if they're both in the same emotion, the color will be similar.
Unless, of course, somebody is about to die and then there is different colors involved.
Now, if someone's about to die, um, at what point do they realize the fact that, there is more to this dying stuff than just leaving the body?
Some people never realize, and others do. Some people are scared of death. Once you have accepted death, then you are on a road to enlightenment.
Now, what about for a fact of, when you die and you don't accept death, do you have access then to information concerning, your past lives and things like that?
It is, if you make that final step, you can be tracked as a echo, or you make the step over, go through the light as it were, and then you understand and accept that you are dead.
Okay.
Then you start the reviewing process.
Now, as you probably know, tomorrow I'm starting a class in past life regressions, in which my communication skills will be coming to great usage.
Okay.
Okay. Now, a lot of what I would be discussing will be the points between death and life, and the area between. Now, I've always assumed that most people, when they die, are, realize that step, and they go through and they review their lives. But I don't understand the question on echoes.
Echoes. People trapped, not sure that they're dead, or are dead, but don't want to leave their friends.
Okay.
And then after a while, it becomes just habit, and they just hang around. Echoes can also be referred to as something that repeats the same thing over and over again.
Right, like armies that go marching across the battlefield time and time and time again.
Correct.
It's a lot. It's real. Now, how long will an echo last?
Approximately, on average, 400 years. There are some that have lasted a lot longer.
After 400 years, they finally find the light, I take it?
An echo will fade away. An event repeating itself time and time again.
What happens to the person?
To the person,
who's caught in that echo?
No, an echo or a ghost that repeats the same thing is just an echo that fades away eventually.
Oh, I see.
There are instances where they have lasted 900 years. But there are instances where it is a one-off.
Okay.
But with a spirit or a spirit echo, it will vary. Normally, the lifetime of, let's say, an infant is born, and that person sees the infant for the first year of their life and wants to see them grow up, and they live 100 years, then it is 100 years.
No, I see. So basically, they have a purpose they wish to fulfill,
Yes,
and they stay for as long as that purpose takes to fulfill.
as long as they're aware that they have passed away. Normally, when they are unaware, eventually they are helped.
Oh, I see. Now, I take it that's by the guides.
Yes,
Now, is the shock of dying sometimes what causes this thing?
yes. A sudden instance, for example, let's say you're skiing and you get harpooned by a tree, kills you instantly, and you're pinned into the tree and you do not realize that you're dead. You know, that you hit the tree, you bounced off, you knocked yourself out. You get up and carry on skiing. You don't see your body.
Right. Oh, whoa. I mean, are you going to be skiing for the next 100 years there?
You could be, but hopefully soon you would realize soon enough that
I see. So hopefully a guide's going to come skiing up along you and go, hey, see that big stain across that tree there?
that's you.
That was you.
Yes, sometimes it takes longer.
Because the person might not believe what they're seeing.
Yes, you may go skiing down to your lodge. That's the correct term. Yeah. And put your skis in your locker. And then go wandering off to work and not notice it.
What about, you're going to notice there's nobody else around. I mean, you're the only one there.
No, there are people around.
Oh, I see. You can't interact with them.
Well, how often do you interact with everybody?
Pretty much so.
Yes. So you would notice pretty quickly.
Then I'd be going, wait a minute. At that point, the guides would come.
Right.
Then I would go, this is the person I can interact with, and they'd be giving me information.
Yes.
And I'd follow up on the information, and they'd take me to wherever I had to go.
Correct.
Go through my next lives, or my past lives. I understand.
Which below?
Oh, Mark's doing. Sure. Okay. Curie was discussing it the other day about moving on to fifth dimension is something that you choose to do.
Correct.
And till you're ready to move on, that it won't happen, basically. But now, can you define for me if going to fifth dimension is space and workspace, what exactly is sixth dimension?
Sorry, we can't disclose that sort of information just yet. You have to learn about one at a time.
Okay, fair enough. Now, I assume personal experience in fifth will be a prerequisite to that.
Of course.
Of course.
Come on, Joey. Joey. Yeah, how do I get my cat? Come.
Where's your cat?
My cat is fine.
Alright. More obedient, I'm sure.
We communicate much easier.
I can imagine.
If she's not very sure on who I am.
Oh, Joey, yeah.
Yes. Timid.
Timid is a good word for it.
Perhaps we ought to call him the expert on cats.
Okay. Now, a person, before they move on to fifth, is that person going to wish to continue that karmic cycle generally?
Once you make the transition to fifth, you are on a new karmic cycle.
Oh, you will? Now, by new karmic cycle, that entails the fact that you can now help those people on third dimension that might not have got that you wanted to help before, possibly. Okay. And exactly how easy is it then to interact with people on third dimension that you wish to work with?
There are several ways to do it. One is the channel. The other way is by being a skilled farsighter and nudging and helping. A little bit like a spirit, or becoming closely interactive with somebody and whispering in their ear. Again, like a spirit.
Okay. At that point, can you see the guides of a person also?
Yes.
I see. So you can interact with their guides.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That is the third way also, is by getting the guides to help.
I see. Okay. So whereby you might not be a person guide, you can at least assist in their development.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Now, is this another phase of communication then?
Yes. You have to be a reasonably good communicator and a farsighter to do so.
Oh, I see. Practicing both. Come handy for later on in my career life.
Yes.
Okay. So essentially, though you were on third dimension, and let's say you were teaching,
Mm-hmm.
and you wish to continue that on fifth dimension, but you wish to continue it on third, that's how you would do it.
Correct.
Through communication with the person needing to be worked on.
Correct.
Okay, because I was discussing this with Carrie, and how I described the fact that, well, she conceivably might move up to fifth dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And if that were true, she said that she'd rather stay on third to be with Mike.
That is very noble of her.
Right. But then I mentioned the example of myself and Kara.
Yes, I was waiting for you to bring that up.
And I said, look at the incentive I'm getting from her and the changes I've made in my life because of it. The problem comes in to the fact that I was in a unique position to have Kara be able to be channeled,
Mm-hmm.
which is amazingly enough something that most people wouldn't have available to them. Have their soulmate channeled.
Yes.
So, how would somebody find the way to make that known to the person here on third that their soulmate is waiting for him on fifth?
Gentle nudges. How was it brought up to you?
Mark said, "Hey, Kiri's got a sister is at the hot spring."
Is that how it was worded?
That was pretty much how it was worded, yes. Or wants to meet you. That's how
it was held out as bait.
Right, yeah. And it was like, oh, okay, well.
But the same applies also to other people. Let me come up with an analogy. I'm a third dimensional person. I say to a friend of mine, you want to come to a channeling session? You really ought to come. It should be real fun. You'll enjoy it. It's nice. Might learn something interesting.
I see. But now how come then at this point I was never introduced to Kara way back in Sedona?
Because the time wasn't right.
I see. She had access, but I was not of that particular style where I would even understood what farsighting was, much less anything else.
And also she was a very busy lady at the time. She did watch and she did view.
Oh, she did.
But she was very busy.
So she got a few chuckles. I remember a few of our conversations from back then. quite a few funny ones in here, right? Swan. You're Swan. Come on, Swan.
Yes.
Omal trying to just come up with a swan. That was great.
Coaching.
Coaching, yes. Okay.
Okay. Last question, please.
Last question is well, let's call it that one.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
That's all I got for now, darling.
Oh, skis.
Yes.
Longer than mine.
All right. Yeah. All right. Hi, darling. Hey.
How's it going?
Well, you're not singing yet, so it must be doing pretty good.
Singing? Oh, an attempt at humour.
Small attempt.
Yes. Okay.
How are you tonight? Energy-wise?
Potters.
Nonsense, thank you.
And what is Lydian?
Oh, yeah, that's the derivative of opium, not cocaine. I know. They asked me and not listening to it. That's alright.
They have ears, but you cannot listen.
Got number one on the board. Thanks for that tonsil question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, you're wonderful. Nice having a doctor in the house. The doctor is in my head.
Mm-hmm.
How is the far side? This is crucial. How is it far sighting?
You're getting better.
Okay. So forgetting the preliminaries
Mm-hmm.
is the key at this point. Dump those things so I don't go crashing out on you.
Mm-hmm.
And just get my ass, but Ludus Maximus,
Thank you.
my pleasure, up there.
Your derriere?
Derriere, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then work
See.
on pulling myself through from that point. So with my busy schedule now,
Mm-hmm.
this far-sighting method should work out a little bit
Yeah.
better for our getting me up there.
I've got to talk to that young lady of Mark's. Yeah. She's ripped muscle.
That's not good news.
No.
Want the Chris the scalpel?
Nah. Just gonna put this on. See what we can come up with.
We're supposed to go skiing tomorrow.
That's why I put that on there.
Okay.
We'll see.
If you need help, tell me. I'm right here
Okay.
to do the other side of that if I have to.
It's just across the stomach area. Well, it might be just stretched. In fact, it looks more like a scratch in the rib. Mm-hmm.
She's gonna get a spanking tonight.
I doubt if he'll find out until he gets back.
I'll be happy. Okay. All right. Healing with auras.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna do two types of healing questions here.
Okay.
There we go. Number one, healing with auras is the fact that changing a person's aura
Mm-hmm.
color can affect the healing of their body.
Mm-hmm.
So, changing a person's aura from a darker shade to a lighter shade through humor
Mm-hmm.
or
You
sympathy.
use for healing the aura, right, which heals the body intact, is that you have to bring up the energy level so it becomes brighter. The colours become clearer. You can't change the colours. You can't fix the actual physical ailment.
Oh, without the energy to correspond to it. I see.
Right.
So I can change the colors, but that's not going to do me any good unless I get
Exactly.
the energy to correspond.
Correct.
I'm talking to you about it now then. How do I get energies up?
Humor, laughter, excitement, fun.
Nice. Okay. So that's why a bedside manner is so important.
Yes.
That's why court time doesn't go around to different healing rooms, I take
Horton never goes around to the
it. I mean,
healing.
Corness.
Yes. He may be head geneticist, but he's not head doctor. The head doctor reports to him.
Right, you are.
Yeah, I'm not head doctor.
You're not the head doctor?
No,
With your bedside manner?
I'm the head nurse.
Who's the head doctor?
Oh, a friend of mine.
Well, I've got to admit that you have an awesome bedside manner.
Well, comes with practice.
So the head doctor has got a good sense of humor.
Yes. Twist sense of humor.
Ah,
Yes. Took me 3 weeks on one occasion to get my underwear back from him. There was no sex involved.
I know, I can imagine.
It's just I was bending over talking to a patient. And he went,
Bagged you?
yes, he bagged me.
Alright.
Tried to take my bra as well, but I was too quick for him.
Oh, that's good. Well, I can see now what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You bring the energy up along with the color.
Yes.
Energy color change.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you do this energy color change also with music?
Yes.
I see. So playing some of their favorite music would also help.
That's why we had.
Even to music to heal by.
Yes. And that's why Carrie was asked to make her choice.
Nice. So that brought up energy when her favorite song came on, and also changed her aura.
Just made it brighter.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, when your person is upset, they've got a lot of energy, but it's the wrong color. And if you soothe them, the energy will go down, but the color will be right. That is a myth, though.
Well, you have to change their mood.
You know how to keep the energy levels up by changing the mood. Same way we were talking about.
Correct. For example, let's say you're sitting with somebody that's very depressed.
Right.
And they're feeling very blue.
But let's say they're angry, so there's a lot of energy.
Depressed and angry?
Yeah.
Now let's take the hardest thing. Okay? What you do is you sit them down and start talking to them. Calm them down. Or bring them up. Say, yeah, things aren't all right, Diane. Remember how we dealt with Carrie on the phone?
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah, we brought her up, and after talking to us, she felt better. Then we could start to work on it.
Oh, nice. So her energy levels were down,
Mm-hmm.
and the mood was really down.
That's the first of all. We bring
She
the
was
mood.
dropped to the hell.
We bring the mood up, right? And then we bring the energy up.
Nice.
You can't change the mood and bring the energy up at the same time. You've got to do one, then go to the other one. And it's always best to go to the mood first, and then bring the energy up.
Oh. Because you bring the energy up, that could turn into a negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
I see. And so that's why my talking to her had felt mood.
Yeah.
And you guys did the Metacons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had to get the mood to change first, and then bring up the energy.
I see. So that's why working with Curie in the style that you two
That's right.
You change the mood, she brings the energy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now tell Carrie that we can schedule her for the second week after I've given birth. Okay? And whenever it's convenient for her and the child. And what we do is, we do it from my room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See if I can get it done from my room. Get a changeover to occur. And that way I'll have privacy.
Works for me.
Works for me too.
Okay, darling. We're set. The only thing I can think of is oh yeah, can you use your astral body to transfer energy as like a conductor?
Uh, yes, but you've always got to leave yourself some energy.
Okay, so example for me, if I was going to work on Mark right
Mm-hmm.
now, at this very instant, could I use part of my
No,
astral? No.
not on this sort of injury.
Okay, I mean, how about what kind of injury could I look at?
And mainly um, injuries of the personality.
Like a psychic sort of?
Not psychic disorder, but yeah, somebody who's been mm, an alcoholic. I believe you know a young lady that's been accused of that.
Yes. Okay.
And what you would do is you give moral support and you would bleed off because alcohol depresses the energy, correct?
Right.
So what you do is that you use some of your energy to augment it. And whilst you're doing that, you use a little bit of coercion. But that only holds for a little while. And then you start them on the road to recovery.
I see.
But first of all, they've got to accept their problem.
Yes. So it's a complicated process.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, darling.
Okay, I love you too.
Take care of yourself very well.
Okay, I'll do so.
And I'll keep traveling up there now more, lots and lots more often.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Okay. Greetings, Russ.
Greetings, Amal.
And how are we functioning?
Oh, I'm functioning great. It's been an interesting night.
Okay, let us proceed.
How's the energy level on Mark right now?
Very good.
Oh, it's good. That's encouraging. If we're going to run out of tape before we run out of energy, so I'm going to go grab another one.
Okay, let us proceed.
Okay, now we started off with Horton concerning auras.
Mm-hmm.
And only got to the first part of that before we got into more detailed stuff. So I'll probably get into the rest of that.
Okay.
Okay. Now, speaking on auras, person's auras can be seen by our inner eye,
Mm-hmm.
correct? Even though our outer eye doesn't acknowledge the fact that we're seeing our aura.
Correct.
Our inner eye is registering what that aura is doing on the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How can we bring the two together?
By realizing that you do use your inner eye, and then by connecting the both, or all three eyes.
All three of it.
Yes.
Inner, outer, and okay. Yes. So you'll be able to find it easier that way.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what effect does seeing somebody else's aura have on us as far as
The first time?
Yeah.
Shock.
now does that affect our auras? Do our
Yes.
auras work in sympathy into those other auras?
No. When you see it for the first time, your aura will register shock.
Oh, I see. So it's a carefully trained
Yes.
eye
Mm-hmm.
that
However, when you see a death aura, then that does affect your aura. The same as a very strong, bright aura will also affect yours.
I see. Okay.
The same way you are affected by tears.
Yeah. Okay. Now, one thing I'm really interested about is two very opposite areas of aura concentrations. Number one is in a war or a battlefield,
Mm-hmm.
in which you have a vast array of violent auras that would affect all in that entire area.
And basically, is it like a battle madness that then can take over type of thing?
Yes.
From all these auras interacting?
Mm-hmm.
I see. And the opposite of that is rock concerts, or any kind of concert.
But they're all very high energy auras.
Right. But now, why would we choose one over the other besides karma auras?
Because they're different functions. They're interrelated to your present emotional state.
See. But to be in a war, you have to want to be involved in that type of work. That, let's call it.
No, it is an emotion.
Oh, it is.
Yes. To be in a battle, you have to be in an emotional state. And your aura reflects that. It reflects the fact that you're scared. It reflects the fact that you don't like the other person very much. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're a bad person.
Right. You're doing what you're told, basically.
No,
No.
you're doing what is necessary.
Okay.
Because in warfare, it is a learning experience. It is also for survival. If I come at you with a gun, with intent to kill you,
Right.
what are you going to do? You're going to stand there and let me kill you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's me. I may know what you're talking about. Most people wouldn't.
No, everybody wouldn't.
So, yeah, it's an idealist type of thing to say. In
Correct.
reality, probably go through your throat.
Exactly. But that would never occur.
Right, yeah, of course.
But what I'm saying is, using one of Corton's analogy, in a third dimensional sense.
Right. But now, isn't allowing yourself to be killed sort of a step to fifth dimension?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Look at the Messiah, eh?
Well, I said sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Right. So it's not a golden rule.
No.
Letting yourself be killed is not sometimes the best thing.
Sometimes it is very selfish.
Oh, really?
Yes. Supposing you have responsibility to your family, your charming wife and your 3 children and your mistress.
Yeah.
And you decide that you want to be killed.
Right.
All of you live on the third dimension.
Right.
That you're going to save the lives of your men by sacrificing yourself.
Right.
But the thing is that not only are you letting down your men, you're letting down your family. Because it is your duty to come back and to carry on looking after your family.
Nice.
It is also the duty of you to look after your men.
And what about what Mark did in that past life?
That was selfish.
Oh, nice.
Because he could have gone another way, negotiated, rattled his saber, become a partisan and lived in the hills.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And he chose a martyrdom,
Mm-hmm. Which is bad.
which is bad, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah, but since we don't know the outcome afterwards, it's hard to judge one way or another. Okay, so I see what you mean. So it's a living experience essentially.
Correct.
Okay. And then you place yourself in things like concerts, like I do,
Mm-hmm.
for the learning experience of all those, the opposite energies.
Correct.
Beautiful auras, energy. that's going through people.
Mhm.
Nice. And this is also a learning experience.
Correct.
Mm. Now, is one more important than the other?
No,
They both have a similar importance.
correct. They are both there to learn from.
So even though I can detest war and to be totally abhorrent to myself to ever have to be in one,
Mhm.
if I had to be in one, I could look at it as a lesson to have to be learned.
Correct.
I understand.
But if your country went to war, would you go to war?
Not help it.
What about as a medic? You don't have to kill anybody.
I don't have any medical skills down here that
What
anybody
about
would
as a
recognize.
stretcher bearer?
Oh, that's
Going up to the front line and bringing the wounded back. You don't carry a rifle. You don't carry any weapons.
true.
You're in just as much danger.
Fine. And you're still serving. That's the huge point is you're learning also with that.
Correct.
This
Okay,
must be all those extra years you got on me that's helping out. This.
thank you. Let us proceed with the next question. We have two more young ladies waiting.
Alright. First off, does everyone we meet and relate to have a past life with us, or can we meet people for the first time?
You can meet people for the first time. You can meet people for the 100th time.
Oh, that's what purpose in the meeting for the first time? Just for the learning experience that they get
Yes.
from us.
And vice versa.
How would they know to even look for us or find us?
It happens.
So is it destiny or is it luck?
A little bit of both, actually.
Go with that. Now, Mark and I saw a show tonight about a UFO that used hard radiation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys are monitoring that or not, but it was about a Vicky and Betty case back in the 1980s in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
in which they saw a UFO stopped over them, and they had severe radiation sickness afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after the UFO left from where they were at, 23 big Army Chinook helicopters came cruising through.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my theory is on this, and I wonder, I don't know if you can confirm it or not, whether or not this was a ship that our government used its own power supply for to get it up off the ground.
What do you think?
Well, that's what I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of weird stuff since I've been working in Asriel. And for all I know, one of these daffy races up there is using some primitive ship with hard radiation coming out.
Well, you know what our answer is,
I know what your answer is, of course.
but you can try.
But why would anybody do such a daft thing as use hard radiation to get around me? Because we do use hard radiation to get around it. Because they're third dimensional. Ah! Of course!
I can say so much without saying anything.
Third dimension. Don't mind me, I've only been here for 33 years in this lifetime.
Nearly 34.
That's all I've got.
Okay, we better hand over to the ring mistress, who will then decide who goes next. Have an enjoyable evening, Wes.
You too.
On Malta Enterprise, one to beam up.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Thank you. Right. Look at you go. She's right there in front of you. Right there, right there. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yo,
How you doing?
oh, not too bad. Not too bad.
Tosh, that's handy to you. How's your son of wonderfulness doing?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Good. What's up?
Clouds, water vapor, stars, little teeny little particles of dust, rabbits with big pointed sharp teeth.
Alrighty. Now, we were talking about fifth dimension last week,
Mm-hmm.
and been working on more things about fifth dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be the resident expert about discussing fifth dimension. You can tell me a little bit more about it, possibly. First off, traveling into the fifth dimension from the third dimension,
Mm-hmm.
you have to pass through the fourth. Now,
Mm-hmm. Presumably.
in doing so, do you affect your time as far as once you travel from one place to another?
You're asking the wrong person.
Hmm.
You know who you should ask. Mm-hmm.
What is fifth dimension? I'm trying. It's such a tough concept to come across.
Tia says, kind of. But it's hard to hear what she's saying. She's on the other side of Alana.
Now, is understanding the principles behind fifth dimension essential beginning?
Not essential, but it's a big, big help.
So it's basically being able to live up to your own standards
Mm-hmm.
and to set higher ones.
Yeah.
So, basically you're going to be working at improving at all times.
Of course, you gotta improve. You gotta be the best that you can be.
Right. And what about if all of a sudden you died and you came real close to getting to your goal?
Mm-hmm.
Would you then decide then that you're going to go ahead and
I can't answer that because what I decide and what you decide, and Mark might decide, the cat there and that cat there would be totally different.
as you can see, I'm not really too sure about this dimension in some points.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I get to visit it, it's still sort of like a foreign country to me.
That's one thing about travel is the more that you go there, the less foreign it becomes. Think about that.
I'll work with that. Well, I'm practicing on getting out there for it.
Okay.
So the trick would be then on finding something to concentrate on.
Mm-hmm.
Skiing.
Okay, there we go, skiing. Give me a call and whenever I'm available, I'll be there. And Tia's suggesting that you come over sometime and learn how to get milk.
Guys, how can you even help out in that game tonight?
Which game?
Trivia.
Oh, well, I don't want to upset either party. After all, big sis, she's big sis. And Tia I love and adore.
So you know play favorites.
That's right. And if I played favourites with either you or Mark, same problem.
So what exactly is going on while we're doing this game up there?
One of the times all of us get together, and fortunately in our apartment we have two computer terminals.
That's handy.
And we don't count lumens.
Right.
So we bring them out, we put them into the plug them in, side by side, monitors put out, Then I sit and watch, see who's the quickest on the keyboard. And Big Sis has that edge.
Isn't that?
Yes.
She's pretty quick.
Yes, those nice long fingers of hers. And T has a little bit of difficulty with little tiny dainty fingers.
And tonight was definitely a premiere night.
Yes, you guys were going at it pretty good.
We were. That was hard. There was just some parts. Luckily, it was asked for questions that I had more access to, or at least, Kara had more access to, and
Yeah,
Mark and Tia did.
and T was a little bit slower on the answer.
Oh, it's funny though.
Yeah, and she does wait until Mark asks.
Oh,
Yeah. Whereas Kara goes straight away. T goes, "You gonna ask me?"
where were all the kids doing all this fun stuff?
Tonight, they were asleep, apart from Clara and Alex were playing.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
so they were watching the excitement.
No,
Uh,
I think Alex was showing off to Clara. Right, I'm gonna hand over to the last person. Right, actually, second from last person.
Thank you very much. Most fun. Alana,
Hey, Russ.
how's it going, darling?
Fun.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
Glad I got to see you this morning finally.
Yeah.
And I'm going to work on that for a daily thing now.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Even though I got to work so much now, I'm going to just break free and just get bored.
Mm-hmm.
And on up here and say hi.
What do you want me to wear?
Same with the Dolphins work.
Ooh. Pins and flippers.
Pins and flippers, yeah, there we go.
I had a message relayed to me about moving my furniture into the swimming pool.
Oh, yes, right.
Whose idea was that?
Mark's.
I'll have to give him some aggravation.
Now, it was really great, the work that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching that today, and it was incredible stuff. How was that idea I came up with?
Working on it. It's definitely not in the right direction, but it's kind of 45 degrees over. Now it's a matter of bending it at the top so it comes back to the goal.
I see. Because I noticed that the conversation that they were having is much better from underwater
Mm-hmm.
than it is from out of water.
Yeah, but designing that carrier wave is... Excuse me for a second.
Sure.
Okay.
Now, how are they communicating underwater? Are they using sound waves through water?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I see. Now, are they able to translate in their brain and send it through that way?
Well, it's just like what you hear. How you hear.
Oh, I see.
To understand it, I need to know a little bit about biologies and how the mind works.
Mm.
So it's a matter of making a translated carrier wave.
Oh, I see. So actually, you're working on the human brain.
No, I actually working on that. Mm-hmm. See, we're looking for a root common between both brains.
Mm. Now, are their brains separated into three sections like ours are?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the similarities in it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have left and right brain functions like we do?
Yes.
I see. So their site center is correspondent to ours.
No, it's slightly different place.
Well, how does it differ?
It differs on two factors. One is that it's slightly smaller, and the fact is that there are slightly fewer connections.
Does that make it simpler then?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, I see. Now, have you done any study with whales?
No, not yet.
Is that
To do that, I would have to go off somewhere else.
I see. But now, are there whales in fifth dimension?
I don't know. I've never had the opportunity to work with whales. I know what they are. Seen pictures of them, but never seen them in person.
Dolphins?
Um, these here are native to Hades base.
Oh,
Yeah, they were born and raised here.
So, how does it feel to be pregnant?
Feeling all bloated and swollen and full of water.
Yeah. How do they work? Dolphins do you pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, good. They probably are psychic in that degree then.
Mm-hmm. Well, I told them this one.
But they can see auras?
Yeah, I told them that they're going to have a little flicker to have in a swimming pool with them.
I like that. Okay. Now we're discussing with Omal the question of inner and outer eyes see auras.
Mm-hmm.
Do they see auras like cats do?
Yeah.
They do. So they can read your aura when you walk into it.
Mm-hmm. And one of them is also expecting to.
Oh, really? Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And what's a good name for that?
For what?
What's good?
Oh. Mm.
I mean, pen doesn't work. The dolphin pool doesn't work. What about a dolphin compound?
It makes it sound like they're prisoners.
It's a working compound. They're not prisoners.
True. Dolphinarium? Dolphin house.
Dolphin house.
The dolphin apartments.
Dolphin condos.
Dolphin high-rise condos. Actually, we'll be moving them to a new area soon.
You are?
Mm-hmm. Much bigger. Well, it's an area that's under construction at the moment.
Oh.
So it hasn't been decided yet.
You have to show me where it's at.
Yeah. I'm lobbying very heavily for it, and so are a number of other people.
Dolphin included, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, what'll happen to the old dolphin?
We use it as a hydroponic, well, actually for growing fish, for food, because we want to increase the population for healthy drinking. Because there's a lot of inner breathing going on.
Oh.
And this is a little one I'm a little bit concerned about.
Inner breathing?
Yeah.
Wow, this is interesting. I forgot all about the genetics of dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be bringing